of the Pepsi 400 with 166 laps down. And up front is Dale Earnhardt, followed by Martin, Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and Jimmy Spencer. They're 3 and 4 wide and 5 wide going down the backstretch.
Man, oh man, somebody's going to have to get in line. I hope they all got in line. Well, a reasonable facsimile of it anyway.
But look at them, they're coming back again.
Kenny Wallace down on the bottom side of the racetrack. On board with Kenny, there's Sterling Martin on the left. Here comes Jeffrey Bodine. Rich Bickle is right behind Kenny.
Rusty Wallace is in that group.
So is Kenny Irwin, Steve Park. It's Kevin LePage down on the very bottom of the track. There's David Green.
David Green's trying to go 4 wide or 5 wide down the backstretch.
Jeff Gordon taking over the second spot from Mark Martin. Dale Earnhardt at the line has a 0.6 of a second lead on Jeff Gordon. Let's go back to the accident that just occurred, the one that started at the off turn 4.
And as they were coming to the start-finish line, Jeff Burton was on the inside of the 23 car of Jimmy Spencer, and he went down, and Tony Stewart had a good run going and got all 4 wheels down on the flat, came back up and clipped the 99 car. I said it was a rookie mistake. He had that momentum going. I guess anybody would have done that. I don't know.
I think that Jeff Burton was trying to get away from the 23 car, again, as I said, and had no idea that Tony Stewart was on the bottom of the racetrack.
They moved down to the inside of the racetrack at exactly the same time, and that's what happened. We're on board with Dale Jarrett. Up ahead is Jimmy Spencer, who has only one top 10 this year on an oval track. That was at Loudon. He finished 9th, and right now he is right up there in the thick of things, although he just did lose a spot to Tony Stewart, and now here comes Dale Jarrett.
And also Rick Mass has got a great run going in the Woody Woodpecker car.
Team Woody doing well. That's Rick Mass there in the yellow car, multicolored car. And here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's a lap down in 21st, and Gordon has caught Dale Earnhardt.
And he looks high. Coming off the turn, but Earnhardt's taking his route that he's been taking. Bobby Labonte has moved right up there with him, too. That 18 car has come from pretty far back.
So it looks like those 2 tire stops that Mark Martin and Jeff Burton, a couple of cars made, did not work out too well for them, Ned.
I don't think so, because they had a full run to make, almost 100 miles to make on them, although the left side tires, they say, have not been wearing that badly today, but still had some heat in them, and you wonder if it was the smart thing to do.
Dale Earnhardt started this race in 38th position. And a Hardee's field summary shows you the points right now. Gordon moves up another, and so does Tony Stewart, as Jeff Burton, because of that incident, drops down 2 spots in the point standings to 6th. The last time a race was won from 38th position was Jeff Burton at Loudon earlier this year. Last year, Bill Elliott, rather in 1988, Bill Elliott did it from the 38th starting spot at Daytona. And you go way back to 1953 at Raleigh when Fonty Flock won from 43rd starting position, and Johnny Mance won the first Darlington 1950 from 43rd starting position.
Boy, this entire crowd are on their feet right now, Bob. They know that they're seeing another great race here at the Michigan Speedway, much better than we saw in June here.
And the 2 guys that are battling for the lead, Dale Earnhardt in the 3 car, Jeff Gordon in 24. They haven't had a chance to do this very much, not since the Daytona 500, as a matter of fact. And here comes Gordon. Does he have a run? Does he have the room? Not quite.
And Jeff Gordon battled with Earnhardt yesterday in the Busch Series race. Dale Earnhardt Jr., that is. And he ended up winning, of course.
Junior did.
So at this point, a big weekend for the Earnhardts. The Pennzoil Copter Cam is following the top three for you from overhead Michigan Speedway down the backstretch. Earnhardt, Gordon, and Bobby Labonte.
Well, Jeff Gordon tried something different that last corner and lost 3 or 4 car lengths. I'm not sure he wants to try that again.
He's searching for a spot that'll make that DuPont Chevrolet just a little bit faster.
Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett are battling for the 5th position.
As Tony Stewart has been able to get by and take over that spot in the Home Depot Pontiac.
Now Mark drops back to 6th.
Well, you just mentioned it, Ned, but it is a completely different race than what we saw in June when Dale dominated this race, led all but about 50 laps. We didn't have any cautions. We talked about it earlier as we see Jeff Gordon now trying to take the lead away from Dale Earnhardt. Is it because of the tire situation, or what's different about today? Gordon looks like he's going to get it.
He's on the outside. That's the spot he wants to be.
Whoa.
Got him to turn on.
It's because of cautions, Bob. That's why we're seeing a better race. There were no cautions in June, and we've had several here today. Bunched the cars up. Had a chance. The teams have had a chance to work on their cars more than they did on green flag pit stops in June.
And now Earnhardt's going back on the inside of Gordon. Jeff Gordon has had all kinds of problems down in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is working okay for him, but he cannot get through 1 and 2.
Probably the 2 drivers who evoke the most emotion from the crowd here. We've got people standing up cheering for Dale Earnhardt, and we have almost as many standing up cheering for Jeff Gordon when he is in the lead. Bobby Labonte is just waiting back here in 3rd watching.
And here's the spot that Jeff Gordon is really struggling trying to get around the racetrack. Now, this is his sweet spot up in 3 and 4. He'll go in on the top side of Dale Earnhardt and once again try to drive by. Oh, Earnhardt went up there with him. Now Labonte decides to go on the bottom side of the racetrack.
Yeah, he said, if you're going to give me this part down here, I'll take it.
Wow.
Is he going to be able to get the lead? No. Earnhardt will lead that lap. Earnhardt has not had a top 5 finish here since June of 1994.
And once again, Jeff Gordon's car just goes in the corner and takes off. Look, as Bobby Labonte goes on the inside. He tries to.
You're right. That turns 1 and 2 is his nemesis right now, whatever that word is.
We know what you mean.
Okay.
Side by side, Labonte and Gordon.
And while they're doing all that racing up there, Tony Stewart is closing in on them.
It's only about a second and a half behind in 4th spot, with Jarrett about 1.9 seconds behind.